Hey, welcome back everybody. Today we're gonna be making a short little video answering the question, why did we get rid of our rooftop tent? Kind of comes up every once in a while and I wanted to just make a little quick video talking about that. Before we get started, if you'd hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. And we're gonna get right into it now. So before we had the Tacoma, I had a 2016 4Runner SR5 Premium that I absolutely loved. We'd done quite a few mods to that. As our family got more and more into camping and we were doing some traveling, we quickly realized that we really needed some more space, and so started to look into some other options. Looked at the Tundra, looked at the Tacoma, looked into some other full-size pickups, and just kind of kept coming back to the Tacoma. At the time, we had a Roam Adventure Co rooftop tent on the 4Runner, as you can see here. We loved the tent. The communication with the company was outstanding. The quality was outstanding. So this is in no way a video of why we got rid of it because we didn't like it. We absolutely loved it. I traded in the 4Runner on the 2019 Tacoma. I started with the Tacoma with a bed rack, and we spent this summer camping and traveling with that tent, and we used the annex and things like that. As our boys grew, the boys finally slept in the annex, and when they got a little bit too big for the annex, we were starting to have them sleep in another ground tent. So my wife and I would sleep in the rooftop tent and they would sleep on a ground tent. And after a while, it really got to the point where it was kind of defeating the purpose. It was creating more work. And it rained about 50% of the camping trips that we went on this summer, which was fine. In the rooftop tent, we were perfectly dry. It was great. But adding the adding the ground tent in there just added a whole nother dimension that became more work for us. The one good thing about a rooftop tent is you're off the ground, and when it rains, the ground obviously isn't a factor when it gets wet and you get a muddy campsite and things like that. But I was finding that almost every trip was coming home and having to open it back up, and I really wanted to be careful with condensation and getting those horror stories of mildew and stuff, so I really was good about opening that up. It just created a ton of work once we were back home and we were unpacking. I was really upset and sad when we did sell because we had gotten my truck to some pretty awesome campsites that were just not doable with a camper or with other setups, and that was the hard part. A gentleman from Connecticut came out. We moved the rack and the tent right onto his Tacoma. He was really excited. He was actually leaving right from here to go on a camping trip, and so it was really nice to kind of see him gonna go and use it, and he's gonna get a lot of use out of it and things like that. So the reason we got rid of it was the space. We all couldn't sleep in the tent, so we were having to do two tents, a rooftop tent and a ground tent. And just the factor that it was creating a lot of extra time, kind of opening things up, drying things out, making sure everything was taken care of when we got back. Now, we're not giving up on camping. We're actually gonna kind of take it to the next level, and we have purchased a trailer, a camper. So we purchased a Wolf Pup 16 BHS. It is in storage right now because we don't have any plans to camp in the fall, late fall, and so it's in storage, and we're going to be picking it up as early in the spring as we can. Here are a few pictures that we have of it. We're super excited to be a little better off in the rain. We're really excited, the boys, and we can all sleep in the same place. Still figuring out the hitch and the towing setup that I'm gonna go with. well within the range for the Tacoma, but just gonna try to figure that out. If you tow with a Tacoma, if you wanna drop some comments below with what your setup is, what you found works really well, I'd really appreciate that. I plan to do a full walk around of the camper once we get it. There's some amazing features. It's set up with solar. It's really, really awesome. Set up to kind of dry camp if we needed to. So, you know, we're really excited about that. It was a huge decision. It was really tough to sell the rooftop tent. It was something I was really, really enjoying. But all in all, I think that it was probably a better decision in the long run for our family. Who knows, maybe someday we'll go back or we'll get one again. But that was the reasoning behind getting rid of the rooftop tent. Some people said, well, why didn't you just get a bigger rooftop tent? So they make the Free Spirit Recreation, which I was really looking at. They make that giant one, the 90, I think it is that you could fit 4 people on that for sure. That just still didn't get rid of the fact that it had that work of opening it up when we got home and drying it out and really taking care of the condensation piece. So that's why we didn't go there. I'm not opposed to getting a rooftop tent down the line and doing some camping and overlanding that way. But for now, we're gonna try out a camper and we're gonna give it a go. That's why we got rid of the rooftop tent. Don't forget to subscribe. Next video, hopefully, will be the Prinsu cab rack install. Had some issues with the editing and footage and stuff, but I hope to have that ironed out and get that video up real soon. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.